What's going on, everybody? Project C28 here. Guys, we have a very special guest. He is in a brand new movie. This is our very first interview, and I want to introduce you guys to Herbert Morales.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing? I'm Herbert Morales, and thanks for having me.
So, Herbert, my friend, how is it with this new career going? I mean, what is it like?
It's cool, man. It's definitely different from what I was doing before, like my own business and entrepreneur stuff. But it's cool, man. I love going on set every single day and just putting my best foot forward and creating art and being able to create something that people can relate to.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So Herbert is in a brand new movie called The Way Back, starring Ben Affleck. My friend Herbert here plays on the basketball team. If you watch the trailer, which if you haven't, you're in luck. He and I are actually going to do a reaction to that trailer while we're here. So before we watch the trailer, Herb, what can you tell us about the movie?
What I can say is that it's a story about a second chance. Ben Affleck's character, Jack Cunningham, I'm not going to say why he goes into a bit of a drinking bender, but it's a story about a second chance and redemption, and it's a story that a lot of people can relate to. People who struggle with addiction, whether it be alcohol or eating or shopping or whatever your addiction may be, but it's a story about a second chance, the way Jack Cunningham comes back from his addiction that he had, and it's a story about how he helps us as a team, and at the same time we help him.
Well, without any further ado, let's go to get into the trailer.
You know what my dad told me last night? He said that you got a full ride to Kansas. You just quit. Why?
So what can you tell us about some of the stuff that's in the trailer?
Like me very much. Someone told him I was good at basketball. He paid a lot more attention to me.
I know you have some stuff you can't say.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. I'll tell you after.
Okay, sounds good.
I spent a lot of time hurting myself, trying to hurt my father. I never picked up a basketball again.
Wow.
We need a new coach, Jack. You're the first person I thought of. The team any good? No. In fact, the last time they made the playoffs, back when you were playing.
He just calls you a chump.
This whole team, 10 kids. You want to know why they're leaving you open? It's because they don't think you can hit the ocean from the beach.
Snap. Heard you're coaching basketball.
Keeps my mind off other things. I understand you're trying to motivate the team, but we have a code of conduct. Oh, shit! I'm working on it. Work harder. I got a feeling this team is
Was he fun to work with on set?
Yeah, for sure.
We have to have faith.
I just want you to be happy again. But you kind of want it too.
Don't underestimate the impact you can have on them. You got this. No, don't just nod. I want to hear your voice. Yes or no? Yes, coach. You nervous? I get it.
There was a single frame I remember watching when I first
More talented than you.
saw you posting
We got a better
everything.
coach. I
And
promise you.
I know you come up really soon.
If they haven't been through what we've been through, they don't know adversity. They don't know what it's like to get knocked out and have to get back up again. They don't know what it is to fight. Who are we?
We can't change the past, Jack. What we can do is choose how we move forward.
Yeah, I love that.
I hope you guys enjoyed that trailer. This is the first time we've done a two-person reaction. So what did you think about the trailer itself?
I loved it, man. It was actually probably my 100th time watching the trailer since it came out a few months back. Yeah, man, just watching something that I got to be blessed to be a part of. And, like I was saying before, the metaphor for sport, this movie isn't like a Coach Carter or like a Glory Road or like Remember the Titans. It's just its own movie.
Yeah.
If you think about how other sports movies go, they're not just sports movies. It's just like a metaphor for something else that they're trying to overcome. So in this case, he's trying to overcome his problem with addiction, and why you see he's an addict to alcohol. Gotta go watch the movie, but it's a beautiful metaphor to say, you can get knocked down 8 times, but you can get back up 9, or 100 times, or whatever it may be. But it's a beautiful metaphor for life. Like what she was saying at the end of the trailer. She's like, it doesn't matter what we do, we did in the future. It just matters how we move forward. Yeah, man, it's gonna be such a beautiful movie, and I can't wait for everybody to see it.
We're excited too. And on that note, it's interview time. So we know the movie's inspired by a true story. Walking on a set, what is it like, or what is it like being on set with your co-stars and the cast, the crew? How is it different from, say, some of the stuff I know you did on YouTube?
I say it's similar but different. Like if I didn't start doing like off those YouTube videos like before with my friends, like that was like kind of like my intro to acting, kind of, or doing like skits or YouTube videos or like Instagram videos before. That was like my introduction to acting, and I felt like all of that just led up to me where I am today. Because if I didn't have that experience, like when I was in front of big cameras, I just would have been I just would have like frozen up. So now, like even like being in front of like a phone or like a small little digital camera, like doing skits, but like just learning the terminology between like, oh, go on your one, or get back to your one, or like reset, or whatever the terms that we use on set. Like for those skits, like we use those terms. So now when I got onto like bigger sets, I was like, oh, I already know what that is. Like I already knew the lingo. So like all that just like prepared me to go into like this movie or like other projects that I've done or that I'm gonna do. It just prepares you, and it prepared me, and I'm just like super grateful for those little experiences.
Right. What was the atmosphere walking onto set?
It was cool, man. It's honestly, we all came out as like Melvin Gregg says that he plays Marcus in the movie. He says we came in as strangers, but we left as a family. So like every day, like we just got closer and closer, and like we're on the group chat and stuff, and like we talk like a few times a week, and like, or like sometimes we'll go meet up whenever we're out there or whatever. But like the atmosphere is so cool, man. The whole cast and crew, like everybody was like super welcoming.
So being on set with Ben Affleck must have been pretty big, along with the guys that you created a family with. What was it like for you, and how was the interaction with him? What was he like on and off set?
He's like the biggest, like coolest guy. Like he's big in stature as well, but he's like the coolest dude ever. Like I think into filming, I think it was like a week or 2, maybe 3 the latest, like when we actually filmed our first scene with him. And like every day, like everybody was just like rapid fire questions, because we're like, it's Ben Affleck, we need to pick his brain. So we're just like picking his brain about life, career, and just like messing around as like boys. It's crazy. Let me start this, because 2 years or 3 years ago when Justice League came out, I went to the movie theaters with my friends, and I was like, damn, that'd be so cool to film a movie with Ben Affleck. That was 2017, and we filmed this 2018. So a year later, like I got to be a part of this project with him and like the wonderful cast and crew.
So getting in talks about the movie, what can we ask about your character? What's your character's name? Do we have a background about him? What can you tell us? Because I know there's some stuff you can't.
Yeah, so I play a character named Dearborn. He's just like, along with three other basketball players, we're on the bench. So we just came up from JV, so now we filled up the whole team now. So now we're actually a whole varsity team. So now we're just like hungry and eager to get our play on. Every time, like in the huddle, we're just like.
So you were honed in, you're real focused, is what it sounds like. Yeah. So just as a bonus question, what was one of the silliest questions that you heard, or what was one of the funniest jokes that you guys did on set?
Dang. I don't know. I can't even pinpoint one, man, because I'm telling you, every day was just like something new. Like just every day was fun. Every day we're just like roasting each other, just talking smack to each other. Just what boys do. But yeah, just having fun with each other. But yeah, I can't pinpoint exactly one thing.
So this stuff doesn't just happen overnight. You have to work at it. You have to put your nose to the grindstone. You've got to do some stuff that may not be the most popular works, or even like skits or films or even stuff like that. How did you get from YouTube to this?
Well, I wasn't really ever big on YouTube. I just did it to mess around and just to have fun. But I just like to collaborate with people from like my acting classes or whatever on like Instagram skits or YouTube videos. But it was nothing. I was never like, YouTube was like my goal. It was just to create something and just have fun. But I actually landed this role, like I said, like all those little things like led me to here. My first audition was August 25th, 2018, and I had to do like a scrimmage with like a whole bunch of dudes. So I think it was like maybe like 100, 200 people in that gym, and it was like a small gym. We all had a scrimmage, and I've been playing basketball since I was like 6, 8 years old. So when I got the audition, I was like, oh, cool, like let me just practice. So I had like 2 days to like really get my skills down and like my ball handling and shooting. And then I went to I signed up. I went to the scrimmage, and then they were like, okay, like we had to do like shooting drills and ball handling drills and cardio and stuff like that.
So needless to say, you didn't have a stunt double.
No, I didn't have a stunt double, no. And then after that, they were just like, all right, we'll let you guys know in 2 weeks, like what happened, if we're gonna forego with you guys. Because I'm telling you, dude, like it was a bunch of people.
Wow.
And then like 2 weeks go by, and then I get an audition text to come in to audition with Wendy O'Brien, the casting director.
Okay.
For a role. And then we did it. She was cool. She was like the best casting director I've ever met. And then after that, 2 weeks went by, and I was like, oh dang, like what the heck, like what happened? And then she hits me back up. She's like, oh, well, we would like for you to actually scrimmage again with somebody else.
Wow. With
some other group. So then, I didn't know at the time who we were gonna be scrimmaging in front of, and we actually scrimmaged in front of Ben Affleck and the director.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So when I got in the gym, I was like, whoa, what the heck? So
intimidating on a few levels, maybe.
Exactly, but it was full court, and I hadn't played full court basketball in so long. So I go to the gym, but gym shape is way different than basketball shape.
Yeah.
So I was super winded like the first couple of times up and down the court, and they were like, "Yo, Herbert, do you want to get out?" And I was like, "No, I need to be in this movie. Like I need to be in this project." So I was like, damn near throwing up, but I was like, "No, I'm good." So I just did the best I can, passing, shooting, dribbling, being a team player. And then that same day, they told us and like 4 other the guys were like, okay, we're gonna bring you guys onto the movie.
We got one final question, then we'll do a bonus round after that. What's your dream job? Where do you aspire to be in the next 10 years? If you were to write something down today, stamp it on your wall, and in 10 years say, I did that.
Yeah.
Where do you want to be?
So, needless to say, like my dream job in 10 years would be like an action movie, or just don't limit myself. I want to be limitless. So I want to be able to do a comedy. I want to be able to do a drama or a dramedy or a romantic comedy or whatever it is. Like I just want to touch base in everything I do. But like my dream role for right now would be to work with Disney, DreamWorks, Pixar for a voiceover film. So what, like my first movie was Tarzan. I actually remember going when, like I love Disney, bro. Like I love going to Disneyland and California Adventure. Like I feel like a little kid,
Yeah.
So I never wanted to lose that like little kid inside in me. So that for right now, that would be my dream job, to do a voiceover role for a Disney, DreamWorks, Pixar film.
Dude, thank you for coming out. I really appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
So real quick, we're gonna do a bonus round. A couple rapid fire questions. Funniest joke you've heard all week.
Funniest joke I heard all week. Damn, you just putting the pressure on me.
Oh yeah.
Probably Joe Coy. I just watched his Netflix special, and he did his special in Hawaii, and he was just talking about how like all Filipinos have like that same uncle that just like ramble on about, they just like stretch out like the words of what they're trying to do. Like I can't explain it, but you gotta watch it.
Yeah.
His special on Netflix. But one of his jokes is like probably the best joke I've heard all week.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite food?
Mexican or Italian?
Shoe size?
What?
Shoe size.
11 and a half.
Favorite cartoon growing up?
Tom and Jerry.
That's a good one.
Or Courage the Cowardly Dog.
If you were stranded on a deserted island, what's the one thing you would take with you?
My dog. My dog for sure.
You sure you're not Filipino?
No.
Well, Herb, it was great to have you on set. And guys, don't forget to check out The Way Back in theaters now. And thank you, Pastrami Nation, for being able to, support the channel. Please check them out. Their Facebook and their Instagram is linked in the description below. Guys, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. And I also want to thank Line Breakers for giving us their amazing facility for us to record in. Herb, great interview. Thank you for coming again.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Where can we find you online?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Herbert Morales _ or on Twitter at Herbie's World. And you can actually find my clothing company, Not From This World, at Not From This World on Instagram and Twitter as well.
Love his clothing. Herb, lastly, I also want to give you something
that
way. Nobody else has.
That's so dope, man. Appreciate it. I actually hit you up about this too.
You did. You did.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
So thank you for coming by. Guys, if you want a t-shirt, send a comment down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.